Game number 3 between these two. And if you knew which teams were playing, but you didn't know which comp went to one side or the other, I would think that this DNS comp is a BNK comp all the way. It's hyper-aggressive, can get very divey, crazy. But it's actually BNK who are playing kind of this, like they have options for making plays, but definitely a lot of disengage for their AD carry.
I'm just concerned about the Gwen being a problem. Also the Akali having to deal with these threats onto your backline. It's a scary prospect, but we'll see what Raptor can do on the Pantheon. If this Pantheon Ahri can get rolling, it just completely changes the dynamic of the game. So we'll see what they can do. Peter starts the Zenith Blade level 1. We often see, you know, you go in on the Leona with Aftershock and just get some autos down for a heavy trade. And there's not really much you can do in return to Leona, but end up being pretty even. It is Ignite for Peter as well. So fully committing to try and have some more power in the lane, Ignite and Aftershock, rather than going like heal Spellbook.
Yeah,
I've seen a lot.
He's playing classic Leona. We're just going to go in and we're going to go kill. And I'm still trying to wrap my head around this, where both the Gwen and the Cassante were available, and they just blinded Cassante, knowing that Dudu can easily play, obviously, Dusante, but also Gwen. Just seems like a bit of a flub. And like, yes, Cassante's pretty strong for a game 3 and a fearless best of 5, but there are pretty clear counters available.
Yeah, Clozer just weathering the storm at the moment. Oh, did he miss that cannon? I think he did. That was very sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, difficult for the Leona to do too much in this lane, which is why I was kind of surprised when he got picked up. You know, there was that level 1 opportunity, and then from then on, it's like, okay, if I E in, I'm just going to get grounded.
What do you think you should have played instead?
It's kind of tricky, because...
So much stuff was banned, too.
Yeah.
There's Nico, Nautilus, Renata...
I mean, Nico and Bard are like, and Karma are all picks that would have really done well, but they're all taken away either by bans or by Fearless. So that's kind of rough.
Raptor's here. It's kind of an interesting play where Clozer knows Raptor's there, although he kind of comes out of fog.
They also banned Ashe, because maybe they were scared of, like Ashe Seraphine, because that would have like crushed the 2v2.
Yeah, could have been an option as well.
It also, I mean, it just kind of depends, because I know someone like, maybe Lehens would even play something like Elise. And that could have obviously been hard to play into. We saw, I think it was Korea played that the other day. Not to too much great success, but we've definitely seen what it can do.
We're just kind of hanging out down here. A lot of trading, not really anything getting done all too much. Kellin using the backline minions to taxi and land a Q. Looks like Clear's okay for now. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, but he's down this much farm already. Not great. Because don't get me wrong, this matchup you are going to get outscaled, and especially if Gwen gets wave access, stacking up the Q, it does a lot of damage. It's not fun to play into. But when you are falling behind this farm early, it's such a bad omen for the general state of the game. And I think Clear's just had a rough day so far. Really been struggling to have an impact. Or in some situations had a unfortunate impact, like when he went for the Renekton all-in and missed out just slightly.
Yeah, I think Dudu, you know, we talk about the year of Dudu, and we like to meme it a lot, but it's real. I mean, this guy is having a great year so far. Even in matches where they're losing, he's putting up big numbers. He's sometimes getting close to solo carrying them, even if they're behind. The team is very obviously willing to give him carry picks and picks in the top lane that can actually take over games. Unlike, you know, other moments where top laners are just given Scion or Cassante in this case.
I think that's the thing. It's a lot about the faith the team has in him, because I feel like it was a weird thing that happened with Nongshim where like Kingham was just being put in like bad matchups or not being given carries, which he typically does well on. Whereas Dudu, they're like, you know, we trust you, and it's really paid off. Now, might get a fight here over this Scuttle Crab.
Yeah, just going to go on in. I mean, level 6, this is about as telegraphed as it gets. First blood going to be given over to the Pantheon. You can see that there's nothing really that Pyosik can do about it.
Yeah, just well played there by Raptor. Instant CC, the follow-up is there, and what's important is Clozer doesn't get a chance to use his second ult charge.
Where are we going with this? We're going all out, I suppose. Needles going to be good on the trade.
Action all over the map pretty quickly there. Yeah, win. Oh, yeah, that's how it goes.
Peter just wants to play the game, but he's not allowed.
I mean, he picked this matchup, you know? I don't feel any guilt.
Oh, hey, it was on cooldown. We got the flash out of Kellin.
Yeah, Kellin stepping up a bit too far when he doesn't have his W available. A little bit of a mistake. Leona with very short cooldowns in the kit. So we'll see the replay here. And Clozer doesn't actually have flash. Not sure when that went. Actually went down earlier, right? In lane.
Yeah.
And didn't get time to get the R2 off, which would have certainly killed Raptor. Like, Raptor is squishy at this point of the game. So the fact they just instantly burst out Clozer and Pyosik not having ultimate there, that's the thing with the Pantheon. 3-6, super strong. At 6, the global pressure is there. You do get the armor penetration, but in fights, you just don't have as much power as like a Vi. You don't have that ultimate, which just gives you that immediate lockdown, which can make 2v2s a little scary. If you're going against like an Akali Vi, they can definitely just lock someone down and blow them up. So finding that window when the junglers are both level 5, getting that early kill onto the Pantheon is huge, and now you have your ultimate, which you can sort of control the map with, and look to sort of find angles where maybe the enemy jungler isn't there.
Yeah, it's definitely a good look. It shows off the power of RE Pantheon just to get a pick target as well. You know, if somebody's out of position, be it Akali or Jhin or, you know, even a Gwen or a Vi, if there are more people there later on in the game, you know, you land a stun, you land a charm, the CC chain will be there to get some kills. So something to be wary of. And Clozer not really enjoying his time so far in this lane. Understandably, the RE can be very annoying, range versus melee. But the kill on top of it gonna make it even worse.
Yeah. I mean, as long as you keep it up in farm, I think on the Akali you're normally okay, but he is starting to fall behind a little bit. Definitely seen some of our matchups go better than this. Not going to be able to pick up the grubs, not be challenged here, but it's going to be a trade for the Dragon. Chemtech Dragon first for DNS feels pretty good. Just to know that you're not getting the soul.
What if it's Ocean again? We go. Okay, it's Hextech.
Okay, so no Hextech Soul. So
yeah,
you know, the technology is out of the way.
Yep. Kellin. It's just Kellin. It's just doing Kellin things. That's the way it goes sometimes with them.
Well, it's just to be a little careful because he has no flash, and Leona, you have a lot of CC. So if she gets on top of you and gets a second Q down, she can then just ult Ignite, and you might just be dead. They are looking for Vicla.
Yeah, Vicla. Now it's time for the burst to go the opposite way. He did not get to play the game perfectly executed from Clozer and Pyosik.
I think the only sort of saving grace for this is that Vicla didn't burn anything, because if he tried to there, he was just dead, right? Once they connected the CC and Clozer got that Shuriken onto him, there's no way you're escaping. Akali has too much mobility. If you burn your cooldowns, you're just going to die if he'd survived the initial burst. So he still has his cooldowns at least, which means he's going to have some safety. But yeah, it was really well executed by DNS. And just goes to show what I was kind of talking about. The whole power of the Vi comboed with the Akali is such a threat in a 2v2.
That's pretty huge. Give them a taste of their own medicine. Very nice setup here from Pyosik. Understanding the vision. Once he lands the Q, it's over.
Yeah, there was like a tiny window at the end where he had control of his character, and he could have pressed buttons, but the Shuriken was connected, so it's just like, he's just so incredibly dead. Yeah. Bit of a tough one.
Yeah. You saw he was pretty frustrated with that, but really there's nothing you can do. He's got Spirit Rush, he's got Flash for the next time. Okay. Vicla gonna take a ton of damage, actually, and the Spirit Rush and the Flash not gonna help out too much if he doesn't Flash, and Clozer just blows him up.
I'm gonna be honest. I was kind of saying, like, you still have ult, you still have Flash. There's no way you're gonna die to, like, anything. At least not until Pyosik and Clozer have their ults back. You should never be dying to an Akali as an Ahri with ult. When the Akali doesn't have ult.
Yeah.
Like, that should not be happening. The Shuriken connects here, and the charm is wasted by Vicla, and then he just holds ult for so long. Like, you need pressure buttons. Last time, I was like, okay, you were dead anyway, hold on to them. And then you just press them and die.
Maybe he thought he was dead again.
Well, he was, but for different reasons.
Yeah.
And the thing is, Clozer has the Hexagon Blade, this huge spike, and Akali is a Clozer champion.
Okay, they're trying to punish Dudu here. And he does have Flash, but I don't know if he's going to get to use it as the CC chain once again. This game is all about the CC chains. And Dudu doesn't get to press anything, so...
Not get to play the game, and now they're looking for more.
Clip's about to go down. Well, they got the Flash. deokdam down here just getting plates.
Yeah, so one thing is that Diable still hasn't finished his bot quest, actually. It's close, though. But delaying that slightly. But I think swapping here to try and get the kill, get the plates here, makes sense. A lot of gold actually picked up from this tower. A lot, in fact.
Yeah. Yeah, a little bit of a collapse here from DNS. I think they get at least Kellin, rather. Kellin. Yeah, they're going to get him. So Diable's like, yeah, sorry, buddy.
Yeah.
Just got to leave you.
And Diable's quest does actually come in the end, even with Iron being in the bot lane. Still gets enough progress to finish it out. Kellin ends up a little bit overextended and goes down.
Oh, here we go again. The Shuriken lands this time, and now he uses everything and dies anyway. Although Clozer at least does go down.
Oh.
But he had to use everything to at least trade even.
I mean... Oh.
Pulling the Jhin over. deokdam kind of like, whoa, this is unfair. Does have to flash the wall.
I think of all the 80 carries to get grabbed by a Cassante, I think Jhin feels the worst, just because what are you supposed to do? Honestly. Put 4 shots into him? Yeah, that's going to do anything. Clozer is a problem. I will say Vicla getting the trade back kill is massive. It's shut down as well. So Vicla does feel good about this in terms of gold, but this does not feel good in terms of he's kind of getting wiped. This does not feel comfortable. And Clozer demonstrating his mastery with the champion quite heavily.
Yeah. I mean, I was actually expecting maybe Clozer to go on to something like a Taliyah. You know, you've got Taliyah Vi, you have excellent lockdown. Taliyah is often kind of like the just handshake matchup with Ahri, but instead he slammed down the Clozer pick so quickly. I'm like, oh, that makes a lot of sense because it's Clozer.
A lot of people favor the Ahri into the Taliyah, and also with Phase Rush being there.
deokdam doesn't have flash because he lost it to Cassante, and now he's just dead. Diable, free kill for him. Nice setup from Raptor.
Yeah, I think with Phase Rush being nerfed as well, hitting the Taliyah, I think people wouldn't. I think it makes sense that he opted into
also,
Akali.
Taliyah's been kind of like not very good.
She's
Obviously,
been struggling.
It's been picked into Rise a lot, but
yeah.
Yeah, just in general, not having a good time, Taliyah.
But this was good setup from BNK FEARX, right? They get the kill onto the Jhin. They should be able to pick up Dragon here. They have both side lanes pushing pretty heavily, so I feel like DNS have to respond to these. They just won't have a window to contest it. It's just second Dragon. It's not the end of the world, but it's a good proactive play from BNK FEARX, using that Pantheon, getting the value from the ultimate. Just slide on in and destroy the Jhin.
Yep. And it's Ocean Soul this time, so a little bit less valuable.
Yep, it's not like the lowest Ocean value game. There's some champions who definitely will take a bit longer to cut through, and the healing will be valuable. But Ocean Soul never feels that good. It's a pretty weak soul in the grand scheme of things, so definitely means this one could be in for the long haul. Yeah, what are you doing?
Okay, well this time there's 3 of them, and they're gonna get revenge for their buddy Jhin. Or so they're gonna try. Clear trying to dodge everything meanwhile, and just kind of dying at the same time.
He's just trying to convince someone to stand near a wall so he can like drag them over and get away, but no one opted into that at all.
It's a good idea not to opt into that,
Yeah, logical, smart. We've seen a few too many examples where it's a 3v1 against Cassante and then it turns into a 1v1 half a map away because you just took someone, kidnapped them, and solo kills them.
Remember Cassante before he was nerfed? Like 3 times?
Do you know what's crazy? In the LCK Cup, he's the most picked up laner. After all the times he's been nerfed.
He just kind of reminds me of like the top lane version of Azir, you know? Like, obviously he's not a control mage, but he kind of just does everything, right? Like, he can go in, he can kill you, he can be very safe, he can be a tank, he can do a ton of damage. It's kind of like old Ornn as well, where it's like, oh, he just does everything, he's a tank, he's unkillable. Also, he can get kills, and he can go on Sealed Spellbook for Ignite, so he can have more pressure in the lane. Also, he can upgrade your team's items so you can scale. There have been some champs like that, just never seem to go away. Azir and Cassante being a couple of them. And Corki now is back. Champs that are just too safe, too reliable. LCK loves those.
Yeah. All reliable.
Mm-hmm.
And you actually have to gut them to stop them from picking them.
Yeah. But then they have like a 40% win rate in solo queue. We do have Peter in a rough spot, but he's Leona. So I think he does get away, but now DNS are like, huh, we don't have Leona, we don't have Solar Flare. What do we do? Do we fight anyway? Do we want to channel a little bit of BNK ourselves?
Oh, they're going in.
They're going in, yeah. And now the Vi is just kind of going to have to flash the wall. So he does at least get out. And now Dudu with the needles getting some damage done. And Clozer's getting into the fight as well. Rift Herald does go over. But there's the Featherstorm and there's a dead Akali. And that's why you pick the Xayah. Now Pyosik baited into this one. He's going to go down. And it's Diable who's riding the Rift Herald in. He doesn't have any health. Doesn't seem to care. Gets the extra knockup. And has that shield, and this is all just getting very messy. So many kills going to BNK, and just like that, this game is blown wide open.
Diable just refusing to sit out the fight. Once more kills, Dudu might be dead.
Even Dudu's like, you know what? Have me too. Why not?
Well,
you got everybody else.
They just go down though. But I think it doesn't really matter. And now, oh,
pause.
Why is my screen gray? Is what they are asking.
They're like, wait, what happened just now? Was that legal?
Yeah, didn't feel legal.
So, okay, let's take a look here.
Peter gets choked out, and it's so dangerous to approach from this angle. Kellin gets stunned into Peter, and I'm like, right, that's don't stand against that wall. And then watch, Pyosik stands against that wall. You just saw your Leona get stunned there and nearly die, and then he does it again. He does it himself. So no learning from that. That was a mistake. And then they go aggressively in here, but it's just Clozer against 4 people, and Kellin gets another great stun. Kellin honestly getting a ton of value on the Poppy. I wasn't sure. You don't always know how much value a Poppy's going to get, but, you know, we knew it would be good against the top side. They picked the Leona into it as well, and it got tremendous value in this team fight. The amount of wall stuns he got was kind of just insane. And then this is where I got a little bit goofy.
Here, this is the moment? What about like 30 seconds ago?
No, 30 seconds ago was normal team fighting. In the context of this series.
Okay.
This is when it got really goofy.
So, looks like we have a keyboard issue as we're issuing a new keyboard.
Yeah.
Dude, who, I mean, he looked like he was playing fine on the Gwen. But he did die there at the end, so maybe something went wrong at that moment.
Yeah, he did get a kill back at least, so not the end of the world. We'll see what comes from this. Obviously, the fact that he did go down, wasn't able to defend the tower, a little bit unfortunate. But just a massively rough fight for the side of DNS is generally the takeaway.
Yeah, I just feel like when you're going, like, the team has to go all in, sure. But they were going all in after Peter was chunked, after Pyosik had flashed away. And they're going all in onto a Xayah with Featherstorm. Like, this is the bread and butter of BNK's composition. You're playing right into it. And you don't even have your whole team. So it was just a massive overplay of their hands. They're like, we're a dive comp. We have to dive 3v5 in the enemy jungle against the Xayah. So, yeah, definitely a bit of a mistake. And it looks like our keyboard is not working.
Really living up to the spirit of a BNK FEARX composition is DNS.
Yeah.
unfortunately, it looks like we're having more keyboard issues. Well, hopefully, we'll get that sorted out soon enough.
Yep. That is definitely the current problem once again. So I would assume that maybe the typing works, because he was typing, he's like, yeah, okay, it works. But then he went back in the game and it still doesn't work. So that would mean it's probably not a keyboard issue.
I want you to break it down for me. Get into the tech. What could it be then? Speculate.
You know what's interesting? I'm actually one of those guys that, you know, has been playing video games and PC games since I was very young. But I really don't know that much about, like, the tech. Like, I can't build my own computer. I don't even really know. Like, I know what the parts do, you know? And I know how a keyboard works, basically. But I can't break it down for you is what I'm trying to say, Ox. I don't have the knowledge.
Wow. Slacking.
What about you? Why don't you break it down?
I reached out to you. This was your time to shine.
Oh.
We talked about this.
Well, yeah. No, this is not quite in my wheelhouse.
Maybe it's a software issue, you know, rather than a hardware issue, right? Because he switched the keyboard, the physical aspect of the keyboard, and that didn't seem to resolve things. A lot of these peripherals have software that they come with, so maybe there's an issue there. Maybe a driver issue, I don't know. But it was working before, so that seems unlikely.
I feel like it's probably an in-game issue.
I'm just saying a lot of buzzwords to sound like.
Just gotta like spin the gears on the keyboard and, you know, kind of put it back into place. And
yeah, maybe as he tried turning it off and on again.
Yeah.
As he tried unplugging it and plugging it back in again.
All right, we got refs running around.
Maybe someone spilled water on it. That's not. I've heard. So I've heard.
Didn't realize
water and electricity do not mix, generally speaking.
If the electricity is on, especially.
Yes, that's
the best.
That's pretty bad for it. The lights on the keyboard, that's generally a good sign. So, yeah, we'll
More analysis of the situation.
So if we look at this keyboard, see how a lot of the keys are red, but one is like this sort of yellowish color. Maybe we should try to turn that yellowish key red so they're all the same color.
Or what if the yellow one is the only one that's kind of working and everything else is not working?
Oh, I see.
And they need to fix every other.
Then we might be here a while, because that seems like more of a problem.
There's actually Asian games this year.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this sign, why I do mention it is because, you know, calling for Dudu to join the Asian Games team. By the way, I don't know who Margaret Mahi is, but it's his goat. Also, shout out from Wellington. Where's that, Ox?
Don't quiz me on these.
Where's that? Because I definitely don't know. You know where I'm from. Ox is pulling out his phone. Isn't Wellington in England, right? Kind of sounds like
No, it's New Zealand.
Oh, okay. I mean, at least it's Commonwealth, I guess.
Yeah, I thought I didn't recognize it. How dare you try and call me out on that?
I should have messaged Atlas. He's from New Zealand, right?
Yes, he is. Totally.
Yeah. Oh, it's the capital city of New Zealand.
But you're terrible.
I only know about Auckland. Okay, we're going in onto Raptor, but he is Pantheon. Eventually, that shield does go down, and he's dead. And it's a shutdown here for deokdam. So he might slowly become a champion in this game.
I can't believe you put the accusation on me.
It sounded British. I don't know. You know that I'm not going to know these things.
What do you know, Brendan? You are no help with the keyboard issue, right? No help with Wellington?
Yeah, apparently Wellington, Florida is a village in Palm Beach County.
Well, that's because America copies so many names, right?
It's known as the Equestrian
Did you
Center.
know? I know you're from New York. You know, in England, we have a York.
I did know about that.
Yeah.
That's why we're New York.
Yeah.
You're Old York.
No, they don't call it that. They just call it York.
They don't call it that, but that's what it is.
No,
it's Old York.
If they called us Old York, they'd just call you York, and that'd be weird.
No, we're still the newer York.
You also have,
still new.
You also have New England.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
There's a lot of those. A lot of our stuff is named after like British things for some strange reason. I don't even know why.
They don't figure that out yet.
You know, honestly, I
Do they
have no
teach
idea.
you that in school?
No, definitely not.
Definitely not. I don't get to the bottom of this. It'd be good to know.
How about New Jersey? Do you guys have an old Jersey?
I don't think so. I don't know.
Do you have a regular, just like Jersey?
You know what? I'm going to say something. This is going to blow your mind. I do not know the name of every single thing
What?
in the British Isles.
But you're from there.
Yeah.
You're
Mind-blowing.
supposed to know everything.
Mind-blowing.
What about New Hampshire? Is there a Hampshire?
Stop asking me these questions.
I'm just really curious. Like, Jason's putting it on the prompter, and I kind of have to ask the question. I need to know.
I haven't heard of a Hampshire, but maybe.
You guys have, like, shires, right? Do you call them shires? Is that why it's
Yes, we have shires.
Yeah.
My neighbor was Samwise Gamgee.
Yeah, obviously.
I'm good friends with Frodo Baggins. Anyway, we get back to the game.
Pyosik's trying to get in here and steal this away. They weren't able to quite knock him away. Look at the damage here from the Ahri. deokdam's just trying to walk and reload his gun. He's not even able to do that. Another knock into the wall here from Kellin, who's going pretty aggressive. As in goes Clozer, he wants this kill, and that's going to do it. The exhaust comes down, the dodge on the feather pull, but eventually he does go down. And so it's essentially just a trade of mid laners, and I think as BNK, you'll take that.
Yeah, I think you're pretty good with that. But does this give them window to start the Baron? Not really. I think Clozer's just been trying so hard to find angles in this game, and it's just kind of getting denied every time. It's kind of him against the world at the moment. See a replay, setting up for the Baron here. They do manage to get the TP from the Gwen, which is decent value enough itself. And Vicla's so close to taking out deokdam here. But it gets a little bit crazy here. Obviously, no cooldowns on the Ahri makes it an easy pickup. The exhaust comes in. Clozer kind of ulted to get away from the Poppy before the steadfast presence was there, but it was just, you know, you're kind of in, but there's no way to get out again.
Mm-hmm. Kellin, by the way, did pick up the smite as well, but more importantly, Hampshire is a ceremonial county in southeast England.
Well, I can see from the map, it's at the very bottom, and I'm from the very top of England.
Yeah, but isn't that kind of like close to where London is?
Yeah, well...
Shouldn't you kind of know the things that are a little bit close to London?
You know, this is crazy to say, but I don't live in London.
What do you mean? You're British.
Yeah.
We're just going in. We're trying to kill a Jhin, and deokdam doesn't have his flash, but Clear doesn't do a whole lot by himself, so Raptor's going to send it too. And eventually they will kill the Jhin, and the rest of the team is catching up as the Ahri goes over the wall, and the entire team is dead before Clozer gets to press any buttons. And now he's going to try once again to take out the Maya. That's not going to work. And that might just be game from there. BNK, clean ace into Baron.
That was pretty decisive. No real angles there for DNS. A clean ace. Kellin even has a smite in pocket to secure the Baron. Ult for the Jhin comes down, but play it quick just to disrupt it on the K'Sante. And Jhin, you can't do anything. This K'Sante with the extra shield as well. The Pantheon comes in. What is the counterplay? The fact that Raptor doesn't die here too.
Yeah.
Crazy. Yeah, this one feels a little bit rough. Yeah, as I was saying, I'm from Newcastle. It's from the complete other end of the country. We don't try to think...
How far up is it on that?
How far up is Newcastle?
Like on that map we have there on our prompter.
Like way, way, way
the top one?
Up. Well, those are the counties, right?
Yeah. It's somewhere up there towards...
See at the top? See at the top, right? There's that little one.
Yeah.
Second from the top.
Yeah, yeah.
That's where it is.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. It's pretty far.
Is there a lot of water there near...
Next to the sea. Yes. There's a lot of water there.
Yeah, I figured because, yeah, it was there. We also got an update on Jersey. It's the largest and southernmost of the Channel Islands, located in the English Channel.
Oh, yeah. I
French coast of Normandy.
I've actually heard of that.
We're going in onto Pantheon again. It's not going to work with a Poppy in his face. Well, they can't go on to anyone else, so they just elect to do that. Stun comes in. deokdam's like, why am I playing Jhin? This game is over. It's been over for a while, guys. That's why we're talking about British counties and stuff. Well, that's one of
No,
the
I'd forgotten about Jersey, but I did remember. I was thinking it was an island, but yeah. I guess my geography is just kind of weak. I did study at school, but it was a while ago.
Yeah. As
you may realize.
Same. Well, we're just kind of killing members of DNS, and we're
Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Peter just entered
the perfect way to
Peter just entered the lunar orbit. Wow.
Wow. That's